Hi Virgo, this is your April 2020 tarot reading. This is actually an audio reading. If you would like to see the cards, I have the picture in the thumbnail so you can follow along. So I'll go ahead and get started. So I meditated on your sign, and what I saw was something kind of out of like the episode Law and Order. I saw you in what looks like an interrogation room, you know, the table, the chair, and you were sitting there, and someone was like trying to interrogate you, but you had this stone cold look on your face. It was like they weren't getting anything out of you, and you weren't saying anything. So I didn't quite understand it, but obviously that's what this is for. We're going to clarify that. And then I asked what your central energy was, and you got the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups, if you don't know, is about it's about love. It's an offer of love. It can be, when I say offer, it can be from someone, but it can be an opportunity of love. It can be an opportunity of peace. It can be good health. And at first I thought it was about, something about love, but then I thought, kind of meditated more on it, and I saw you in this beautiful garden. And as it comes out, I have the Nine of Pentacles, but let me continue. I saw you in this beautiful garden dancing around. It was like a Garden of Eden. Just, you were dancing around and you were happy. And then I saw a cup, just like the Ace of Cups, a beautiful gold cup with these jewels, and it was locked away, like you had it somewhere where it was like in a glass case with a lock on it, and you knew that it was safe. So I didn't understand. I kind of meditated some more, and so what I got the message is that someone is trying to rob this. Let me start. This Ace of Cups is a cup of love, but it's your self-love, and someone's trying to rob it, and you have it so locked away because you're used to keeping that part of you locked away because it feels safe. And you people talk about how you should be more open and be more loving, and you should trusting and all that, but I think why you, going back to my original vision of interrogation, why you were so stone cold, was that whoever was trying to interrogate you, they were doing the wrong way. They were forceful, they were mean, they were rude, and you weren't going to give it to them, because that's your source. That's you, that's your love, that's your peace of mind, that's your compassion, that's your intuition. It's everything that is in that cup. So you are definitely in the energy of protecting you, the most intimate parts of you, and you won't give that information or that part of you up easily. So I went ahead and start pulling the cards, and I can see how this storyline is playing out around that central thing. You got the Hierophant as the first card. So if you look at the picture, you'll see that all the cards are upright. I typically have them like that. I don't necessarily read them upright. I just read them however the energy feels. So even though it's upright, it could be in the reversal. And I'm saying this because I feel like that's what right now the Hierophant doesn't feel in the upright energy. It feels reversed. The Hierophant talks about commitment. It talks about a promise. It talks about it vows. It talks about it can be the court system, like a verdict on something. And I feel like with it being reversed, someone broke their promise, and it kind of went. And since that's happened, you have done what you need to do moving forward to heal from that. Or it's kind of like I get the energy of, okay, cool, and now you're taking this necessary steps to work with that energy. So the next card you have is the Four of Pentacles. The same thing is upright, but I get it in a reverse position. Four of Pentacles talks about security. It talks about having everything you need. But in the reverse, I'm getting the sense that I'm getting the word comes to my head is selfish. But I now this could be somebody else around you being selfish. Somebody could be I get the message of holding out. But I get the sense that right now this is kind of you being selfish in your way. It's like you saying, okay, like I said, you said, okay, you broke your promise. Okay, that's cool. Well, I'm gonna work on me right now. I'm gonna focus on me right now, and that's what I get the sense of. It's like you're focusing on yourself. You're focusing on your own money. Focusing on your own security, which goes along with this. With right next to you have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is your card. King of Pentacles is the most hardworking king in the deck. He has no time for lollygagging. He has no time for playing around. All he's worried about is working to achieve. All he's worried about is working to achieve his goal and make more money. He's just trying to build his wealth around him, and I'll get the sense that's you right now. Now, King of Pentacles is also the practical card. Like I said, it has to do with Virgo. It's the earth sign, so he's very calculated in how he's going to do things. Next you have another Pentacle card. You have the Two of Pentacles. Now, the Two of Pentacles talks about balancing two things and making a decision. So, what I feel like what you're doing now is making a decision on how. It's like you're still kind of making a decision on how to do things moving forward. Because in the Two of Pentacles card, he has a water kind of rocky behind him, and he's kind of like, okay, so how do I get these two things to balance out? How do I calm these waters? And it's like he can handle both of them, but he's ready to put one down. That's the energy I get. It's like you can handle this, but you're ready to put one down. You're really ready to lighten the load, which leads into the next card I have for you guys. You guys got the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords, if you've been watching, if you watch any kind of tarot readers, they'll explain. Ten of Swords is a cycle ending. It's that card of I'm done. I give up. It's like the body is laying there with 10 swords in it, and it's just like, look, it's a lifeless body laying there. It's like I can't do anything else with this, so I need to move. I need to move on. So the cycle is ending. It explains the previous 4 cards. A promise was broken, and from there you've been working on yourself, working on what you need to do, planning, and you're done. It's like something's coming to an end. Something is coming to an end. This can involve, I see signs of Taurus. I see any other earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. There's a Gemini here because you guys do have the Lovers card here. And also Aquarius because you have the Fool. So the next card after that is the Lovers card. Like I said, it can be dealing with the Gemini. This can talk about, in a sense, talking about the lovers, and you can be dealing with someone with that energy around you that's playing out. This could be a love scenario playing out. This could also be, again, kind of going back to that Ace of Cups energy of self-love. You could be working to achieve that and keep, what's the word I'm looking for? Continue building yourself, or working on yourself, working on caring for yourself and nurturing yourself. I like that word, nurturing. You also will be, okay, so next after the Lovers card, there is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a good card. It's the card of wealth, but it's also a card of independence. So with the Ten of Swords coming with the Lovers and going with the Nine of Pentacles, and then at the end ending with in this row, ending with the Fool. Some of you could be seeing the breakup of a relationship, and I don't sense any, especially with the cards following, I don't sense any heartbreak on your end, because you are transitioning from, after the Lovers, you had that, like I said, the Nine of Pentacles. This is someone who is happy in their own garden. Going back to the vision I saw, happy in their own garden. They are enjoying their peace. She is, she's got the wealth around her, the beautiful garbs. The card is just peaceful. So many of you could just be seeing, be moving on forward, especially during this pandemic, when many of us are at home, and you being home alone, if you are at home alone at this time, could just be showing you're happy. You're like, yes, this is what I need. Peace of mind. I'm good with this. I can work with this. And this leads into the Fool card. Now, the Fool card is a card about newness. I mean, this looks like your central theme of your reading. You're moving on from what's old, because it's lifeless. You can no longer work with this, and now you're at the Fool card. Something new, a new mindset, a new energy. You feel like, yes, I can do this. I'm ready to embark on this new journey. You feel, that's the thing, and I believe I said this in the Libra reading. You are kind of on that same, where you feel like you are definitely entering a new phase in your life. You're leaving behind the stuff that doesn't work for you anymore, and you're ready to embark on new adventures. Also, in the Fool card, he's holding like a white rose, which I believe symbolizes purity. It symbolizes innocence. So I get the sense the universe is letting you know you have a clean slate. Everything's wiped. Nothing is held against you. The board is clean. What are you gonna do now? What's your next step? How are you gonna paint this your own? Okay. So next, the final two cards you have are the High Priestess and the Ten of Pentacles. The High Priestess, you can be dealing with the Cancer. No. Yes, it can deal with Cancer or Pisces. But the High Priestess, it's a card about balance, because you have the black and white pillars next to them. It's a card, it can be used about wealth, because you do have the pomegranate seeds. Pomegranates are a symbol of wealth. But the High Priestess talks about inner knowledge. It's a very feminine card. And again, your reading talks a lot about balance, because number one, you had the Two of Pentacles, which talks about finding balance. You also have the Lovers, which is a male, female, a balance card. And you also have the Hierophant and the High Priestess. Those two gotta go along with each other, because the Hierophant is a male energy, more out in the open, out for people to see, because in the Hierophant card you have two people looking up at him. He's out in the open. He looks like he's making a decree. He's I'm not going to say that males are more outspoken. He's more animated. Whereas the High Priestess is in the temple. She's learning. She's cultivating. She's seeking knowledge. She's just heightening her intuition, and that's the energy I feel you're in now. You are. I got the message. You're making promises with yourself. You're telling yourself, "I'm not doing this again. Been there, did that. I promised myself I won't do this. I promised myself I will protect my cup, protect my peace of mind, protect my love, protect my self-care. I will protect my Garden of Eden." I feel like many of you are, this has nothing to do with the cards, it's just messages I'm getting. Many of you are trying to find that inner child again, because she is in there, and that's, I get the message, that's your lifeline right now. That is where your health. Think back to that happy moment in your childhood, that little person inside of you that kind of keeps you going. And like I said, that's the source of if you ever feel like your cup is being robbed, that there will protect it and protect you. I hopefully that made sense. Okay, lastly, you got the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles talks about generational wealth. If you see the card, it has an older male, gray hair. He's sitting back watching. I can only assume are his children. In my head, I assume it's his son and his daughter-in-law, or his daughter and his son-in-law, but he sees a couple. It looks to be male and female. And then you see a little kid, little girl, little boy next to him, and then you got two dogs. So the Ten of Pentacles, like I said, it talks about generational wealth. It talks about someone who has built an empire for his or her family, and now is looking back at it like, I did it. I'm pleased. I'm happy. I completed the mission. That's the energy I get from you. So just to recap, we start at the beginning with the broken promise, with the broken vow, with the broken connection. And instead of you feeling defeated, you start, as a Virgo would, you start calculating, you start thinking about the next move. You start I don't like to use the word selfish, but it is sometimes necessary to use that word, because there are times when we have to be selfish. We have to think about you have to think about yourself and think about, okay, put everything else aside. How am I going to get past this? And so you start calculating, you start assessing what needs to be done, what needs to be let go. How do I find balance? How do I calm the waters? And you realize this isn't working. What's the next step? I can no longer work with this. I get the message of you can't keep watering a plant that you know is dead. Like, the roots are gone. There are no more roots. The plant is the best option right now is to get a new plant. And then we see the Lovers here. And like I said, this can go back to finding love within yourself. This can also be, and if this were to be a love reading, a broken love relationship, where you move to the Nine of Pentacles of singlehood, happy singlehood. This isn't a Five of Pentacles by yourself sad. This is a Nine of Pentacles. I'm happy. I'm in my own space. With the Fool card, I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready for this new adventure. And this is something you may have been waiting on for a while. Like, if you've been waiting for a sign, this is your sign. If you've been asking universe, when do I take that leap of faith? This is your time to take that leap of faith. Yes. And I think that is all the messages I have for you. I hope this helped you, Virgo. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Please subscribe or thumbs up if you found this beneficial for you. I hope you have a great April. You can also find me on Instagram at goldesstarot, and I will see you in May. Bye.